God is letting you know that in somewhere around 2 days you will understand that you are excessively scared of something that will end totally. Indeed, you are squandering your creative mind by stressing. All things considered, you ought to zero in the entirety of your energy on trust in the universe. I'm compensating for your misfortune in his life. My work is in the field of waste reusing. That is not the very thing that I need to say regarding you, despite the fact that there were individuals who missed you and tossed you, ventured out from home since they couldn't care less about you. Oh dear, that doesn't precisely reflect how I feel about you. Eliminate the sensation of deserting from your life. You were never abandoned by while you were there. I was dismissed when your necessities were disregarded and your heart was obliterated. I was there to observe it, only there to help you. He hurriedly eliminated the injury inside, and nobody can see the spoiled injury inside him. I'm the God who recuperates you. I'm the God who will mend you totally. Allow me to present to you a recuperating balm for my soul. Recuperate all that is broken inside you, and I paid everything on his kid cross. You glance around and notice that you look discouraged. You can't track down an uplifting outlook about your bosoms, and keeping in mind that you're doing something, you put your head on my shoulder and you don't have the foggiest idea what else I'm doing. God, assuming you look with confidence and assumption, you will see the plan of paradise that has been carried rational since the year is the shape I pour. There are no variables in your fate that can obstruct it or influence its result. Certain individuals might surrender and oppose, however I firmly suggest that you look forward and carry on with your life. I'm waiting for you during this season, so ensure you see the confident commitment in your eyes to bring back. You viewed yourself as a revolutionary and an odd one out, yet there was a case that despite the fact that you are desolate, the individual isn't who you truly are. You are blamed for being desolate. Also, desolate forlorn individuals who were informed they needed to be distant from everyone else. I won't move toward your heart starting here of view. To accomplish arrangement, you should initially adjust yourself in an upward direction, to me and in my heart. Then, at that point, when the obligations of others line up with the strides of the mission I have recommended for you, you should sow and coordinate. Continuously live like a protected kid. Kindly adhere to my guidelines and bearings overall quite well. Subsequent to examining the lessons of those you are supposed to follow, you will find inconsistencies between what they guarantee to have achieved and how they have sought after the realm that will empower you to it. Just so happens, there is, assuming you read hidden therein, you'll see that now is the right time to relinquish your apprehension about people. Nobody passed on to save you. Nobody would forfeit his life for you. Join the locals this day and I quelled you. I place you in the organization of numerous brethren, 6 of the blade who have vanquished realms and consummated equity in the way I have appointed for them. I place you in this organization. Please, a genuine profound dad won't ever stomp all over you as a condition of the supposed disciplines they cause for their kids. That's what God says, albeit one might feel removed. One is rarely really alone. Position be distinguished. I was there with you. You were before me. Also, the holy messengers were looking after you from the displays of paradise, giving uplifting statements on the railings of brilliance. The raised holy people remained by your friends and family, empowering you to continue to push toward the triumph of the guaranteed results. Remember that you are one of the friends and family. Don't abandon. You are attempting to break his record and come out on top in the race. Love is boundless, so the thing would you say you are hanging tight for? Despite the fact that everything bombed eventually, you kept on prevailing upon both your adversary and his who questioned you. You approached the endless power accessible in paradise. You approached the unlimited fortune where you won't ever wind up between a rock and a hard place financially on the off chance that you open your mouth wide. I feel its unimaginable void space will at any point fail. Sufficient stockpile of I'm simply attempting to get the handle back. I have all that I want. You'll always be unable to find on your own, except if you do. I'm here behind you. I'm by your side. I wish you achievement. I feel free to make obliteration every one of the foes I have meet. There is no great explanation to stress or be apprehensive over anything. since even the things that were absent from your life for quite a while will give you pleasure and make those wants that paradise provided for you to be fulfilled. God says, I will come down on you to arrive at your maximum capacity. He doesn't drive you to follow while settling on decisions. You shouldn't pass judgment on your achievements in light individuals you abandon. Isn't this suitable? At the point when you attempt to incorporate, indeed, even your adversaries in the decency and greatness I present to you, you demonstrate that you are an esteemed child of a steadily cherishing Father. I'm a comprehensive God, and when you hears you have shown that you are a divine being willing to incorporate all individuals. You realize that you had confidence that could move heaven and earth. However, if you somehow managed to not say anything even to the individuals who embarrassed and offended you, assuming you endlessly embrace broad love, nothing will occur. Everything changes. In the expressions of God says, love isn't exactly what I do, yet who I'm. God empower love to characterize you. Show love to everybody you interact with, even the horrible and cold ones. Individuals who need it most. They are the, as it were, individuals with restricted personalities who compartmentalize their feelings and avoid others. I stand at the entryway thumping. I additionally stand at the entry to your heart and I thump, encompassed by all individuals that your regular psyche would wipe out with its annoyance and dismissal. In the event that you can't or will exclude individuals who caused my child's passing, then I can't come in. I have arranged a dinner for you. Yours additionally incorporates your enemies, so you ought to be ready to situate them at the table regardless of whether I leave. Kindly, regardless of whether I leave. This table isn't only for the wonderful or the adherents, yet in addition for the not wonderful or the non-devotees. Leave your disdain behind. This is weak. It has no effect, no genuine energy, and doesn't present to you any nearer to your objectives. Clear at every one of your weights, including the recollections of harmed and disillusionments that have aggregated inside you. At times give the feeling that resembles a rotting wound. I supplicate that God will favor the people who have opposed you or neutralized your kindness. Favor the individuals who assumed command over the circumstance and put others in danger. Just through this technique, whatever my dearest's affection, could you at any point go into the completeness of all that I have put away for you in my realm of hers. Unqualified love is the main way forward, says God. Be ready for the results that follow. Unfit triumph. A devotee is somebody who treats all that he says and does as though he were making it happen. Somebody who trusts it to be substantial has said or done themselves. Your eyes will observe the annihilation of the mischievous. My hand will be weighty on the individuals who battled despite my desire to the contrary, and your ears will shake. I really want to believe that you oppose the compulsion to praise their sentences, however rather sob for them. Similarly, as David, a man years eliminated from his heart, sobbed wildly for his foes when their opponents kicked the bucket, so he abstained for his dearest companions. Similarly, as I shed tears, I lost. He has, besides the fact that he embarrassed himself and rebel, he was likewise the subject of his. The main thing that remained between his life and a similar destiny he encountered were lies, my affection, and my approval. He comprehended the reality of what is. His heart is committed to the affection that is surrounding you. When you hear the news that your adversary is dead, give me benevolence. Satisfy your most memorable response. Your nation is about at the present time. All that can be shaken can't avoid being shaken, and the main things that will remain are those that meet my guidelines. There is confirmation that the fortification of your foes isn't invulnerable. Also, you will ultimately track down that the individuals who have continually scrutinized, deprecated, what's more, decried you will go totally gaga over you. I give you command over your enemies. The people who choose to make the following stride against you, assuming you take his, will be resolved substantially more than his genuine perspective. You can survey and assess your future in view of the leniency you show to the people who have abused you. God says avoid the law with regard to sympathy. Stick out your tongue today since you are with individuals you don't have any idea. Keep your tongue out because of each and every maltreatment and in anticipation of lonely love. You ought to put your hands on when individuals get some information about your perspective. You ought to stay quiet. Is sitting tight for me. Quiet might be the most impressive articulation of confidence you can make when individuals request your viewpoint. You should stay quiet until I fill your mouth. You should comprehend that the information that is coming from somebody at the present time, at this time, are the words you have decided to communicate, not I didn't come to annihilate, I came to save. To the people who broadcast and judge with their eyes, who are totally uninformed about the predicament they are in, may salvation come to your mouth even today. Regardless of whether you mean equity, against I say even the people who have harmed my standard, land. Allow me to attack your lady friends, mouth. Keep your mouth completely open and I will stop your mouth to permit it. Your words and your voice will turn into a stream, even a surge of benevolence. Obstinate and defiant it is poured into individuals who are, subsequent to anticipating the annihilation of Nineveh. Jonah is irate and devastated that they have atoned and will not annihilate the city no matter what their activities, compelling individuals living in the city to he communicated worry for the city of Nineveh, mourning that there were an excessive number of them, vanishing of planting devices to keep away from resistance regardless of whether you go with a cognizant choice to turn into.
Thank you for giving your precious time to God. Like this video and subscribe my channel and share this video with your loved ones. Amen.